This was a terrible idea.
So we went and saw
Last week's runaway hit.
Me Before You, a title which I still don't understand. I mean,
I understand it, actually, considering the ending of the
considering
movie.
the ending, yeah, but
Yeah.
I doubt that's what they were going for.
I don't know what else it could possibly mean. I need a new, category on the site, on YouTube, that's just movies Matthew warned me about. Because he saw this miserable piece of shit.
Mm.
The day after Allison and I put up our review of Ninja Turtles 2, Out of the Shadows, which we didn't like very much, he sends me a message that was like, man, you think that was bad? I just saw Fault in Our Stars crossed with 7 pounds. Like, what? And this movie did have a pre-screening last week, but I really only had time to see one movie. Man, and I thought this movie would just kind of come and go, and maybe there wouldn't be a lot to talk about with it, but this
Then I texted you and said, so why didn't we send anyone to see Me Before You? I hear the ending is infuriating. And you're like, what are you doing tonight?
What are you doing tonight? You want to go see this? Yeah, when I was texting you earlier, I was having lunch with Allison and Nash, and Nash is like, I've been reading articles about the ending of that movie, and I'm like, don't tell me what it is. I could kind of guess what was going to happen because of Matthew comparing it to 7 pounds.
Yeah.
And this movie did go exactly where I thought it was going to go. It's the... God damn.
So it's
a very inspirational movie.
So you know what's romantic.
Man, I don't...
Is killing yourself because life as a crippled person just isn't worth living.
Man,
even when you're stupid rich and you have Amelia Clark on your lap.
Yeah, it's that old saying, when life gives you lemons,
Kill yourself.
Just fucking kill yourself.
It's an inspiration to us all, really.
Yeah, I mean, really, isn't it about time we've had a pro-suicide quadriplegia
Harold
movie?
and Maude.
Jesus. So that's what could be a cheesy romance movie about a girl who meets a guy who's suffered an accident, and he's a quadriplegic, and he hates his life, and he's suicidal. What could be this movie about? By the end of it, he ends up coming around.
You're like two people learning to love life more than they have been, and maybe he decides he's not gonna kill himself, but then he gets pneumonia, and it threatens his life and makes him appreciate life all the more. And that way you've got your strong climactic moment, but then he comes, he rallies, and then they go to Paris together.
No, fuck that.
Nope.
This is more like life has been so great since I met you, Amelia Clark, but you know, at the end of the day, I still can't walk,
Still just
man.
Absolutely cannot live with myself like this.
Yeah, I still can't surf those waves anymore, bro. Just do me a favor. Stick the gun in my mouth, please.
Yes. Will you come watch me?
Yeah.
Fucking no. And then everyone in her life is like, you should probably go watch him.
That would be like if in Fault of Our Stars, in the last act, he's like, you know what, Hazel, it still sucks having cancer.
Yeah, I'm probably just gonna go. I'm gonna go off myself.
I'm just tie the noose for me, will you, babe, and watch, because it's kind of my thing. Who is this movie for, other than people who love the fact that they can walk?
People who hate the rich.
What?
It's
an offensive movie. God.
Generally speaking, if a good rule of thumb, if you're not a member of a particular minority, is if they're offended by something, you go ahead and be offended by it too, because they're gonna know more than you. And the differently abled do not like this movie.
Who wrote this?
I don't know.
Who wrote this fucking movie? Because I swear to God, if there's a bunch of comments that are like, the author of the movie is a quadriplegic. Like, okay, whatever. This is still horrible.
And then she killed herself right after she wrote it.
Man!
This movie was her suicide note.
What if that's true? I don't think it's because she's also, I guess, also, whoever wrote the book is also credited as writing the screenplay. I noticed that on there. What did you think about the things about this movie that weren't horribly misguided and terrible?
I think that part of the reason I was so angry at the end of the movie was because, like, the beginning was pretty charming. You know, she's definitely one of those, like, manic pixie dream girl style characters where, like, she's perfect except she falls over a bunch of times.
It was basically like, am I watching this weird episode of New Girl where poor Jess, like, has to watch over some rich quadriplegic man? Was there, like...
So I'm like,
Yeah, some accident in the house where Nick Miller was trying to fix a hole in the roof and slipped and, like, a glass bottle fell on his head and he's a quadriplegic now.
Nick Miller would have fucking rallied to this shit. He would have, like, rigged up a series of, like, erector sets to help him get his way around the apartment, and he would have done it for pennies on the dollar.
He would have attached, like, fire extinguishers to the side of it and, like, made, like, a
whole
rocket
arc
chair.
Where he's trying to make it build himself robot legs out of, like, Sprite cans.
Look, I could fix things to the point of getting them to work.
At the end of the day, isn't that all that matters? But, like, yes... Like, if it had ended that way, where, like, he was vacillating on killing himself, and then got sick, and then got better, and then lived happily ever after, this would have been just, like, a nothing little movie.
Yeah.
But I think that the fact that the ending was so offensive is what defines it for me. Because, like, do you remember that? Were you the one who went and saw
Remember Me?
that? Yeah!
I knew exactly what you were going to say.
Like, the dogs,
With the what?
With the dogs.
Oh, we're thinking of a different movie.
We are. Okay.
Remember Me was the one with Robert Pattinson where, for the most part, it's
where
like...
the ending defined... See, I'm going the opposite way of, like, just a nothing little movie where, like, the wife...
Marley and Me?
No, it's like the guy had a dog and the girl had a dog and they got married and then she got sick and then he built her a gazebo out of driftwood and then she got better and they lived happily ever after.
I don't know if I
think Dave went and saw that.
The Choice?
Yeah, maybe.
The Nick Sparks thing?
Yeah.
Where the dog was... Okay. That was you and Dave.
Yeah, like if that movie had ended with her killing herself... then I think that's what this movie would be to me.
You can't top, though, like, the mother of all what the fuck and Remember Me with Robert Pattinson and Claire from Lost. Claire. Where she, for the most... I don't even remember most of that movie except for the ending.
At the very end. I didn't see that movie, but I know exactly what ending you're talking about.
Yeah, the twist of the movie
turns out 9/11.
is 9/11. Wow! You know what, movie? You got me. I did not expect that.
So, this son of a bitch is living at his parents' castle in the stables, which they've converted into living quarters for him.
He's got a sweet DVD collection.
He's got a sweet DVD collection. He can fly to Paris at a moment's notice. He just doesn't want to because he doesn't have it, because his legs are all wobbly now.
Charles Dance is his dad. Because of course Charles Dance is in this. Why wouldn't he be in this?
At the beginning of the first 5 minutes of the movie, I kept going like,
yeah.
Mr. Bates is in this movie. It's Neville Longbottom. And way, it's that doctor companion I'm not much fond of.
Which one was he?
No, her bobbleheaded sister.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's the one.
Oh, okay.
She's the bobbleheaded one. Whose name always escapes me.
Ugh. God damn. And for the most part in this movie, I mean, it's going where you would expect a movie like this to go outside the ending, where it's like, she meets him, he's grumpy, and then she gives him a stern talking to, where she says, like, you're being an arse. And he's like, you know what? I am! And then he comes around and, like, they go watch horses, and They go dance, and for the majority of this movie, it was like, I mean, the movie's not really for me, but I mean, it's not really elevating itself to any kind of greatness. It just kind of is what it is. It's like, if you're married and 45, you'll probably like this movie.
The teenage girls ate it up. Like, that bathroom was chock full of just weeping teenagers.
Yeah.
Afterwards. It's basically a movie for you to go and cry at.
I didn't even come close to even considering crying in this movie. Not at all. Not for this
cried
miserable son of a bitch.
A little bit out of sympathy for Amelia. Her name is Amelia Clarke, right?
Yeah.
I'm not just getting the last name of her character confused with the
No,
last name.
she was playing herself in this movie. This happened to her.
Because her character's name was Lou Clark, and so I was thinking for a second I was getting the name wrong. But she's got immaculate crying face, but she's got like her eyebrows are just
her
going.
eyebrows are magnificent. They are just
like two separate entities in and of themselves.
Yeah, they are just wavy. It's quite mesmerizing. She has some faces in this movie that looks like she doesn't want people to know she just sharted and is trying to laugh it off.
Just the eyebrows just bloop.
Yeah. She's way better in this than in Terminator Genesis.
I feel like just the whole time she's going, don't be Daenerys, don't be Daenerys, don't be Daenerys.
That really seemed like the case. Like, honestly, it did. Like, don't be Daenerys, be Jessica Day from New Girl, but British.
Just wearing my tiny little hat and my striped little bumblebee socks.
There was the episode where poor Winston got like an allergic reaction to the Chinese food and had to be in a wheelchair. And it was an old-timey one that they just found. They go to the beach at the end and Winston says, see, I told you I could bring the chair. And Nick Miller's like, I knew you could bring it, I just didn't want you to.
Winston is the best character on that show. His weird puzzle song and his very, very specific color blindness.
Yeah, what color do you think you are? You're
brown like money, baby.
Oh, what, you just start calling me Courtroom Brown. See, that's what this whole movie, whenever Amelia Clarke was on there, I was like, I kind of just want to be watching New Girl. Unless next season is horribly depressing and, like, Schmidt breaks his penis for the second time and decides to off himself. Wow, this got dark.
Look, I'm not myself anymore.
The cast is off, gentlemen.
The theme for the party is suicide.
Instead of danger.
Yes. It's basically the same setup with like the two balls on fire, except he then attempts to murder himself with them.
And then makes everyone watch.
Okay, so like, everyone comes in to watch him, and then we cut down to an immaculate white sheet, and then we soft fade to a leaf gently falling to the ground. I love the feather and Forrest Gump.
Why isn't anyone stopping him?
It's like, I want so bad for us to cut back to him dying horribly in his bed and then shitting himself.
Yeah.
Because that entire room was white. There's no way in hell people don't shit themselves on the daily in those rooms. Mm-hmm. They're murder rooms.
Or maybe this is like the same company from like Vanilla Sky. Where, like, it's actually quite fine. Like, you know, like, he offs himself, yeah, but now he's in the lucid dream state where he's, like, with Penelope Cruz and shit goes crazy.
I now have more of a concept of what Vanilla Sky is about than I did previously.
You've never seen Vanilla Sky?
No, fuck no. Does that seem
Really?
even remotely like my kind of movie?
Kinda. I think you would really like it.
It's the one where he gets in a car accident and his face gets all fucked up.
There's a lot of weird shit that happens in that movie.
Yeah.
I thought you had seen it because I know Brian's a huge fan of it
Yeah,
too.
he sure is.
It's great. Oh,
I refuse to watch that movie.
you would if what you think about that movie is just it's about a guy with his face messed up. There's a lot
face
more.
messed up and just desperately depressed because he misses his life before his face is
That's
messed up.
not that. No, that's like maybe the first half hour or so of that movie.
So see, I told you, no concept of what this movie is about.
That's how the movie was advertised too. But there are twists and a half in that film. Like the movie is all about vanity, and it is actually like really fucking good.
If you think I like it, I'll watch it.
I think you would actually really dig it.
Okay.
I know there's gonna be people in the comments who are like, no, dude, tell her to watch the original. I'm like, you know what? This is one where I actually like
I have no idea this is a remake.
There is. It's a remake of a movie called Open Your Eyes that also had Penelope Cruz in it. This is one where I actually like the remake was better.
I think what happened is right around that time, Brian made me watch Memento, and then he made me watch Requiem for a Dream, and I was like, "You're not allowed to tell me to watch movies anymore."
Oh wait, this is different. Like this is actually like really really cool.
Okay.
Like it's so much fun. You get to see Cameron Diaz be fucking crazy. She's like, "I don't like you, Tom Cruise. I'm gonna drive this car off a bridge," and then she does.
Is that how he fucks up his face?
Yeah, that's like the first like part of the. That's like within the first like maybe 10-15 minutes of the movie.
Okie dokie.
It's so good.
Okay, so I'm watching fucking Vanilla Sky now.
Yeah, like if Vanilla Sky is a much more uplifting film than this. Like
well, does he kill himself at the end because life's not worth living with a fucked up face?
You'll have to see it. Don't worry.
We'll take that as a yes.
You'll just kind of, that's putting it like, it goes a little deeper than that, but don't worry, Tilda Swinton explains everything to you.
Yay! Dude, you just opened with Tilda Swinton.
Oh yeah, she's in it. Don't worry, she explains everything with the Beach Boys' Good Vibrations playing in the background. Like, I'm not even kidding, like, that movie is, man, people give that movie shit, could like, piss off. That movie's great. Vanilla Sky is awesome. The original was better. No, I'm disagreeing with you on this point. The original is not better.
How old is the original?
Not that much older than the Cameron Crowe one. It was maybe a few years because it's still Penelope Cruz playing the same part. And I only saw the original one once, but the Cameron Crowe one I've seen many times. Brian and I love quoting that movie. Just Kurt Russell going like, "I am real, goddammit." You just see Cruz walking around like with this creepy mask and shit like that. Oh,
I still need to see Eyes Wide Shut, and you've been telling me to watch that movie for years.
Eyes Wide Shut. Also amazing. Another movie a lot of people hate, but I love it. The whole movie, it's 3 hours of Tom Cruise trying so hard to get laid, and he can't because crazy shit keeps happening.
So you're saying it's like a hijinks movie?
It's like
it's like Porky's.
No, it's like an after hours version of the movie After Hours. Like, cause it's Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman get in a fight, and he gets pissed and leaves and just goes through New York trying so hard to hook up, but weird shit keeps happening. Like, he ends up like this. He gets hit on by like 14-year-old Lily Sobieski, and then he ends up at this bizarre orgy club, and it's
how do you not get laid at an orgy
good
club?
Because they found out he should not have been there.
Oh.
Like, yeah, he knew the piano player there, and the piano player's like, "All right, here's the password," and the password was Fidelio. So he goes up there, and the guy's like, "What's the password?" And he's like, "Fidelio." He goes back in, the person's like, "What's the second password?" He's like, "Fidelio." Like, okay. And then, oh, that was a mistake, because like the leader is just like, "There was no second password."
I feel like if someone asked me for the second password and there wasn't anyone, I'd probably be like, "Fidelio again?" Like, make a guess at least.
That's
even
what he
if
did.
I was supposed to be there.
Oh, unless like one of the rules was like, oh, they're gonna ask you for a second password, but
Well, his piano player friend is a dick.
yeah, that guy sucked. Again, way better romances than this movie.
I don't know, I thought that his ex-fiancée and his best friend had a pretty sweet romance going.
They were dicks to inviting him to that in the first place. They're like, yeah, I'll send you back his invitation. I'm gonna wipe my ass with it first. Or I'm sorry, I'm gonna get someone else to do it.
Okay, so I kind of felt for the fiancé.
Mm-hmm.
Not because of, like, everyone, including her godmother, talking about what a cunt she is.
Uh-huh.
Mostly because it's, like, if I was with a man and he got into a horrible accident.
Yeah.
And I tried to, like, stick with him through thick and thin, and he
Yeah.
literally spent months shutting me out and ignoring
Yeah.
me. I'd probably assume he didn't want to be with me
Yeah,
anymore.
no, this person was not wrong to leave him. It was a dick move to invite him to the wedding.
I would not have invited him to the wedding, but I also would not have brought his best friend over to his palatial
Yeah.
estate to be like, we're engaged now, sorry.
I like the
It's like a rich people etiquette thing.
It could be. It could. I like the parents arguing where I was like, no, like, we can't do this. We can't, he's our son. We can't just let him kill himself. And the dad's like, well, I mean, his life's just gonna suck. Like,
Yeah, everyone in this movie is weirdly okay with him just offing himself.
Yeah.
It's like, well, wouldn't you? It's
like, look,
no.
man, like, shit. I mean, life's gonna suck. Or he's just gonna try again.
Like, his penis just flat out doesn't work anymore. And I don't know a man alive wouldn't want to live in a world.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's like, you can stop him from doing this. Put a boot on his chair. There, boot on chair. End credits. He lives.
And the boy, okay, I don't know if I agree with that. they were treating it like this was some personality trait that he had that was like laudable and positive. Like if once he decides to do something, you can't talk him out of it, including killing himself out of what is obviously clinical depression due to his disability.
Yeah. You can't go with. Look,
Like,
man.
boot on his chair, no. Slip some antidepressants into his applesauce, maybe.
And just in case, boot on chair. Or just stick a stick through it. That way, if he tries to
Yeah.
move, it'll just flip him around and he
Put
can't
like
get
some
out.
cards in there, so if he tries rolling away, you can hear him, and then just push him back into the safety of his room.
Yeah.
Let's watch some more French films. You like French films?
Oh god, and that fucking fiance or boyfriend character of Amelia Clark's.
Neville.
This worthless character who could easily have been cut out of this entire thing.
I'd like to see him. Matthew Smith? No, Matthew. He played Neville in the Harry Potter movies.
Oh, okay.
He grew up like super handsome, and
Yeah.
so like I'm guessing they wanted to use him in a movie, but it was basically he was there so that she would have a boyfriend.
Yeah, but and
Like his,
this boyfriend who, like, I don't know why these two were together at all, let alone for like 7 years. Like,
I think that it seems like it's in her character to just kind of go with the flow on stuff.
I guess, but man, this character in a movie that's already a piece of shit, this character ground the movie to a halt every time he was on screen because there was this inserted conflict, which wasn't really that big of a conflict because he's just a dick. He's just a self-absorbed dick more than the other guy. And I'm like, why is this person putting up with this person? It's this usual character in a movie where they put in the asshole boyfriend they're going to get rid of him like 3/4 of the way into the
Which
movie.
they really don't. Like he and her get into a fight which I thought he had a point on, which was, why are you taking your boss on what is basically a romantic honeymoon and not going on holiday with me? And she's like, I have to. And he's like, why? And she's like, I have to. And then that was the last we saw of him. And she's like making out with the boss guy in his bed.
Uh-huh. Yeah, but his holiday sucked though. Like, come watch me do this like triathlon, and
Oh, it was
I don't
awful.
know, maybe
but then
we
he
can hang out.
he made her a little dinner and he apologized. If she had said,
He
I
was
don't
also a
fucking
tool
want
about
to
it.
go to Norway and watch you run,
Yeah, he made her
who
dinner,
knows
but
what he would have said.
he was still a tool about it though. He's like, oh, don't worry, it's 300 calories.
he's got interests, which is more than one can say for her character.
I don't know. She had some interests. She likes stockings.
She likes clothes.
Yeah, she likes quirky things.
And she likes fashion.
Uh-huh.
Not sewing so much, but she likes picking out clothes and wearing them.
This movie's depressing. My fucking god. I don't even... This is such an ill-advised fucking movie.
I don't know that I would recommend this movie to like anybody. Sometimes when a movie's like terrible in a certain way, like okay, throw your shoes at the devil. That movie was terrible, but I would recommend anyone watch it because it's funny and it made me laugh.
Throw your shoes at the... Oh, War Room?
Yeah.
Oh, Yeah.
This movie, just don't watch this movie.
This movie wasn't funny. Like, it wasn't like Winter's Tale or... I mean, War Room's pretty fucking offensive too, but like you said, like that's a shit acted movie, and like you could laugh at it. This movie's it's just not. Like here's what you do: you stay home, you watch this little movie from the 1970s about a guy in a wheelchair, and it's a revenge movie. He's got like guns attached to it and shit. And the name of the movie is, I'm not even kidding. The name of the movie is The Amazing Mr. No Legs. It's way more subtle than this film. At least the amazing Mr. No Legs made the most of his situation.
There was
fucking revenge.
There's like a spate of movies with titles like that around that era.
Like the amazing Mr. No Legs.
Yeah, it was very on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
What was that? Lady Snow Death?
Lady Snowblood?
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, because she's a lady and she bleeds people in the snow.
Yeah. We got
He's
a
amazing,
title.
and he's got no legs.
Mm-hmm.
Done and done.
Yeah, that's all I need to know about this movie. I am buying a ticket. This movie, it's called Me Before You, and it definitely is about a guy who puts himself before anybody else.
Yeah. Like, not even to kill himself, but to ask her to come watch.
Come watch.
And be upset with her for saying fucking no.
Whatever, like... That's my fetish, alright? Watching me die. You
know what,
He left her a lot of money at the end, though. That was
watch
nice.
Harold and Maude. Because, okay, that movie, they could not make that movie today because it's fucking ageist. You don't need to kill yourself just because you're 80.
Mm-hmm.
But it's charming.
Mm-hmm.
You're genuinely rooting for them as a couple.
Mm-hmm.
First, she has no idea she's planning on killing herself until she kills herself, and it's not made out to be the correct decision in that circumstances.
Yeah.
She just kind of does it, and then he takes something from that experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, why? Just stay home.
Other than money, excuse me, because he did, at the end of this movie, write her a fat check so she can...
She's loaded now.
She is. It's not like sitting around and do nothing money.
Yeah.
It's go out and make something of yourself money.
So
Because
she
I
goes
spent
to
the entire
Paris.
first half of this movie being mad at you for thinking you know what's best for me. But I know what's best for you.
Oh, right, man. I can't wait to go home and watch Matthew's review of this now.
I'm curious to see it now, too.
This is... I don't know how... I don't know what I would rather sit through, this or fucking Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows.
Well, which was longer? Because this one was an hour and 50 excruciating minutes.
Okay, Ninja Turtles was shorter.
Okay.
I don't know. They're both bad and wildly different reasons. like totally, completely fucking different reasons, and they both like pissed me off for totally different reasons.
This did have Mr. Bates in it, and I do like to see him getting a paycheck.
Who's Mr. Bates?
Have you ever seen Downton Abbey? I think I've been trying to talk you into watching it.
Mm-mm.
Tell you what, I'll watch Vanilla Sky, and you have
Yeah.
to watch all 7 seasons of Downton Abbey.
I gotta get through.
It seems only fair.
I gotta get through season 1 though of Unreal. I got like 3 episodes left before the second season starts. That show is disturbing and depressing, but like in a good way that makes you just hate humanity so much.
I plan on watching it, because you told me to, and I do have Hulu. I don't actually know whether you'll like Downton Abbey or not.
I'll give it a chance.
Yeah, watch like the first 3 episodes, and then see, because it's very much a period drama.
Yeah.
But it's a soap opera-y period drama.
I used to watch Days of Our Lives back in the day.
And like sometimes you think something exciting's gonna happen and then it just doesn't.
Not the Days
So it
of
just
Our
depends
Lives.
on how infuriating you find that.
Not that Days of Our Lives is a period piece, but like soap opera, you know. If Patch and Kayla show up on Downton Abbey, I will be a fan.
I don't get that reference.
Patch and Kayla from Days of Our Lives?
I watched some Passions.
The hell yeah! So did I.
That was my kind of soap opera. Talking doll and like I think I started watching Passions because Joel McHale was like getting to a point where he was talking about it every single week on The Soup.
Yeah.
And they had like made the giant lion paw to come out.
Passion, I miss that show. Oh man. Sometimes I wish soap operas were on Hulu. They're not.
It's like all 48 seasons of Passions.
The season 50 box set of Days of Our Lives with all 1,500 episodes. Cast commentary.
Does this actually exist as a thing?
No. I did see something like that on an April Fool's joke one time. It was like, All My Children, season 65, coming soon to DVD. Director commentary on episodes 50, 78, 105,
I'd watch
920.
it because it's gotta have aged super poorly, and I love it when things age super poorly.
Like soap operas
Yes.
and stuff? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that shit's great. No, I don't recommend this movie to fucking anybody.
No, but I do recommend Downton Abbey, and apparently we also recommend Mr. Fantastic No
The
Legs.
Amazing Mr. No Legs, Vanilla Sky, Season 1 of Unreal.
Lady Snow Death was also
Lady
very good.
Snowblood, yeah, fuck yeah. Eyes Wide Shut. Each one of them more romantic than this movie.
And you know, Memento's good, I just hate it with a fiery passion.
I love Memento. I dig that movie.
Most people do.
I haven't seen the Bollywood version though, because I don't like Bollywood versions of things.
I watched the Bollywood version. I really liked it.
Ugh.
It's like it's basically Bollywood Memento, but then they pause it in the middle to do an entire other movie where it's a romantic comedy.
That's why I don't like Bollywood movies. My God.
No, it's fantastic. It's 2 movies for the price of one.
But
and that price is
I
free.
don't need to
'cause
see
Ed owns
these
it.
2 movies together. I saw Bollywood Jaws, like all those other Bollywood movies that are 18 hours long, where the first hour or so of the movie was setting up the romance of the skinny dippers. Like, and then the movie Jaws happens.
You were so mad. I was there when that happened.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I also saw Bollywood Collateral, which has got an amazing love story about a cab driver and the woman he loves. And then the movie Collateral happens. Fuck. Not
Watch
for
the
me.
shit out of Bollywood Memento. That was genuinely good, that movie.
I've never
it's
seen it,
basically-
so
it's like-
I don't know.
It's Memento, and then it's like, I remember when I met my wife, and then it's just an hour and a half of him meeting, dating, seducing, marrying his wife, and then her dying.
I don't need that much backstory, man.
No, I promise you do.
God damn. I don't know. Maybe I would like it. I would like it better than this.
I think, yeah, you'd have to like it better than this, because I don't think anyone ended up killing themselves for being crippled at the end of it.
Man, I just stubbed my toe, man. Like,
Life's
I know
just not worth living anymore. I'm not the man I used to be. As if I'm not the exact same person every moment of my life, with no evolution or change in
Yeah.
my personality or physique, then I can't fucking live
I
with
can't
myself.
do it.
Nope.
I can't. Like, yeah, I can go to the beach anytime I want. I got Khaleesi here and everything, but boy, do I miss windsurfing.
I miss windsurfing and my penis.
I miss my dick. Ah, Christ. Alright.
So-
Oh, fuck, I forgot about trailers.
We had The Space Between Us, which looks like based on a hit young adult book sort of movie, where it's like a kid who's born on Mars and he has to stay on Mars, and then he goes back to Earth, which, from my extremely limited knowledge of science and the human body, I don't think would actually work. I feel like his bones would disintegrate, but what do I know?
I wish it was called The Space Between Spaces.
I wish it was called The Space Between Us, get it, because he's in space.
It looks like the YA version of, like, K-Pax. I don't know about this movie.
I would watch that. We got The Girl on the Train, which kind of
That
looked
looked
like...
good.
It looked like Gone Girl, except different.
Isn't it like the same author who wrote Gone Girl? Or it has
I don't
something
know.
to do with Gone
I've
Girl?
been so lazy about reading lately, but it looked... I'm not surprised to hear you say that.
I mean, I
And it
might be
said,
wrong,
like,
but I think...
based on the hit book, you know, where it's basically Emily Blunt, and they're trying to figure out if she killed her ex-husband's nanny.
Yeah. I'm really down with that. It's got Justin Theroux in it. That looked cool. I really want to see that movie.
I probably won't have to. Hooray!
Oh, maybe it's a book movie.
Oh man. I got Mrs. Peregrine's School for Peculiar Children.
Yeah, so it's the underwater version of the space movie with the same actor.
The underwater between us.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I'm getting pretty sick of that preview, but I still think it looks good. And I've heard the book is good. I think I heard it from the comment section. You know, I know we have to be on YouTube now, but I miss, like, our comment section, because I feel like no one comments it anymore.
Depends on what it is.
Is that sad to say? Because, like, I don't like reading YouTube comments.
Comments aren't that bad. Like, I know YouTube, for us anyway, like, I know YouTube is notorious for, like, really shitty comments. And yeah, there's some every once in a while, but by and large, the YouTube comments, like, on our stuff is really, honestly, no different than on the website.
Okay. Because, I read it on my phone, so I'm mostly just annoying with the formatting. But, like, if someone's going to say, like, Sarah's annoying in this one, I could give two shits, but I don't want anyone to say, like, I want a shit on her face or something.
I've never seen anything like that.
Okay.
Like, I mean, on... It's gonna happen now. But like...
Please don't say you want to shit on my face.
No, like, the YouTube comments for us are honestly no different than the website. No, like, any death threats or anything crazy.
I get my main concept of YouTube video comments are just, like, from the random YouTube videos that one would watch, where it's, like, I think some comedian's got a bit about just, like, a little girl eating ice cream, and then it's just a line of obscenities.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't really happen with us.
Oh, A Legend of Tarzan. Sorry, that one took me a second.
Yeah, it was a different trailer than the other one.
I think I mentioned at the time when it came on that is a whole lot of trailers showing everybody but Tarzan.
Yeah,
so I feel like maybe Skarsgård didn't do such a good job.
Well, maybe it's the same kind of movie as in the early 80s when there was Tarzan the Ape Man, which was directed by John Derek and starring Bo Derek as Jane and Miles O'Keefe as Tarzan. It was mostly about Jane, and she was mostly topless during the movie.
I feel like Skarsgård's physique is going to play an integral part to the role, but probably not his acting chops so much. I think on that front it's mostly going to be Christoph Waltz.
Or, yes, and Sam Jackson.
Yes.
That could go either way. That movie could turn out perfectly fine, or it could be like this year's Lone Ranger.
I'm excited for it. I love Skarsgård. But then, you know, I also watched Battleship, so, you know. What do I know?
Yeah. The Shallows.
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Quirky Eddie Redmayne doing quirky shit. Looks. Didn't we get the trailer for The Shallows?
Yeah, I didn't write it down because I was digging with my phone because that trailer stresses me out.
I'm excited for that, even though that trailer gives away way too much about the movie. Like, the first trailer they put out, like, really, that was all you needed. Just, like, here's someone who's in a really sucky situation where they're stuck on this rock with a shark surrounding it. Now they have this new trailer, which seems to give away about 5 different money shots in the movie. And I'm like, this is too much, man. Like, I'm excited for the movie. I'm sure it's probably intense as shit, but that trailer shows way too much. Me and Brian will probably be at that.
Yeah, but say, you're not gonna make me go see that. You wouldn't play a bro like that.
You don't like shark movies?
I don't like stress movies where it's the whole point, like your 127 hours. Or your Ryan Reynolds is in a box. Or your
Gravity.
The Abyss.
Gravity
I enjoyed.
Yeah,
I think
Gravity.
I didn't expect to. I remember that because it's a stress movie. But it ended up being more of like a grand metaphor for religion. So it didn't worry me too much. Or like Deep Impact.
The Meteor movie?
Maybe. No, The Abyss.
Oh.
Pretty much anything where they're like they're trapped at the bottom of the ocean and oh no, our heads are gonna implode.
Yeah. So you probably love that scene in Total Recall where they're on the Ronnie Cox face.
I actually cite that scene as reasons why I don't like deep underwater or way out in space movies where there's danger of your head either imploding or exploding because of what happens to your eyeballs.
You need to see the PG-13 version of this, like that scene in Mission to Mars, where Tim Robbins is in space and he accidentally floats away and his wife is like, no, come back. And he's like, no, you can't come for me because like you'll die too. And she's like, I'm coming. He's like, no. And then he takes his helmet off and just ice, just like dead.
That's not how it works. I know that's not how it works. But no, like even like 2001: A Space Odyssey, where the guy's like, let me back in. And the robot's like, nope. And then he just drifts off to space. Nope. Because I know inside that helmet his head is exploding.
Yeah. Most likely. Yeah, he'll be fine.
Just send him to the safe space, baby.
Let's see. Thursday night is like Conjuring 2 and Warcraft.
Oh, and Now You See Me.
Oh yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna, maybe like during the weekend or something like that.
Did anyone see the first one?
Dave and Irving did, but there's 3 movies coming out, and Conjuring 2 and Warcraft are kind of priority over Now You See Me 2. Even though I'd rather see Now You See Me 2 than Warcraft. Oh my God, would I? And my mom.
Do we have anybody who actually plays Warcraft?
I'll figure something out. But my mom and I are seeing Ghostbusters tomorrow. Or not the new. They're re-releasing the original.
Yeah, well, I was reading online that's like a conservative movie, and I thought that made a lot of sense when I
Ghostbusters?
thought about it. Yeah.
The original?
Yeah. It's like a small businessman trying to triumph against that bad environmental protection agency.
I don't know about that. Like, I mean, like, I don't know if the intent of that movie was to be conservative propaganda, but even if it was, I'm a fan of Red Dawn.
It did come out in the 80s. I think everything was conservative propaganda
yeah,
in the 80s.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I can sit back and watch, like, Chuck Norris in Invasion USA. Am I a conservative? No. But it's 90 minutes of Chuck Norris shooting some fucking people, and then in, like, Red Dawn, you got paratroopers and, like, the Wolverines and shit. Like, I'll watch the fuck out of that. Like, yeah.
You don't have to agree with the message of a movie to enjoy the movie itself.
Yeah.
That being said, don't watch Me Before You.
Oh, yeah. There are no Wolverines in this movie. There is no Peter Venkman getting slimed. Fuck that. Ugh.
Yeah, it feels so funky.
Feel funky. It's great, Ray. Save some for me.
I've been like everyone's all talking about the first one. No, the remakes coming out, and like some stuff I agree with, and some stuff I think is being overthought. But one thing I definitely don't agree with is people saying that in retrospect the second one is not very good.
I like the second one.
I like the second one. Like I don't know why it's getting all this hate all of a sudden.
It did when it came out, too. Like, when Ghostbusters 2 came out, it wasn't a highly reviewed movie. I liked it. I don't like it nearly as much as I do the first one, but I like it. I like it just fine. But it's not... Yeah, it's still totally watchable. It's just a little more kid-friendly than the other one. I don't like that very much, but it's still a funny movie. Maybe they'll re-release that one, too.
Yay.
Alright, well, I'll be back with Warcraft. See ya.